Okay, I'm looking at that screen over there, right? There it is. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Taqwa the edutainer, chameleon of artistic expression. I have multiple art forms in my possession. And just in case you haven't been told, this brother cannot be pigeonholed. Because just when you think you got him pegged, he takes off stepping on another leg. Yes, it's a fascinating phenomenon to view, watching a chameleon change his hue. For although he's neither nor, he can be either or, he's whatever the occasion calls for. And what, you might ask, is an edutainer? He's one who educates while he entertains you. And when the event is over and you're long gone, he's left you food for thought to chew on. Food designed to educate the more thoroughly you masticate. And it's a no-brainer once you heard an edutainer. It's hard for you to play dumb, with an epiphany exploding in your head like a think bomb. An edutainer is a thought provocateur who, with all due respect that it may be politically incorrect, will talk straight talk to heterophobic homosexuals or homophobic heterosexuals. Now, whichever applies to you, I really don't care. Whichever shoe fits you wear, because left and right wingtips make a pair, and both closed mindsets are equally unfair. An edutainer is a prosaic pilot who takes comfort zones on adventurous flights. So please, don't dare leave your mind behind as we soar to the higher heights. On this elevated airborne tour on the wings of naught but pure uncensored metaphor. If your comfort zone runs out of fuel up here, due to some thought-provoking metaphor you hear, as you bail and soar through the air of your discomfort, to your own self be fair, pull the ripcord, use the open mind for all it's worth, and like a parachute, it will float you gently back to earth. Sustained on the updrafts of epiphany, you'll find there's no dispute your mind works only when open like a parachute. And you'll always be left in a better condition for knowing it only works in the open position. So think deeply. You just might peep me. It's not illegal. Not yet. Yeah. Right. So, that being said, you know that I exercise my full poetic license. So I want to do this piece called Labels. You know, a lot of us are label heads, and we don't really think about the origin of some of the labels that we wear and advertise. So follow me very closely on this one. You don't need to wear the FUBU. You don't need to play the FUBU for them sorry kind of dogs who think that if you're for us, you gotta buy us. Hand over everything, kicking all the trap plus. Let him keep his South Pole up in the North Face or in the Darien till he makes baby fat, because he didn't rock aware that Kango don't make Jimmy hats. Then he won't support the child. What part of the game is that? Deadbeat baby daddy, what a mess. Now he's talking pay less, because he got hit with child support that he says is hard to pay. But he rocks the flyest Timbs, inadvertently supporting the KKK. Can I inform you about these chaps who had us wearing troop label, kept it on the wraps that troop meant totally ruling over oppressed people? My peeps, Timberland is also a brand owned by the Klan. Don't sleep on the labels. Act like you know why Timberland can't get none of my dough. Because the tree on the side of the Timberland boot is where our ancestors once dangled, looking like strange fruit. So wake up, all my homies, don't be mentally dead. Time to boycott Timberland, stop being a label head. 'Cause Timberland's owned by the Klan, no love for you and me. Why would a black man wear a label branded by the hanging tree? Labels. Okay, so how much time I got? Okay. This next piece, I'm going to have to read. I really get my edutainer Bible over here.
Yes, sir.
Is really too much in here to commit it all to memory. So some pieces I do have to read. It's not my preference, but this being Black History Month, I would be remiss if I didn't do a piece about the father of Black consciousness,
Yes, sir.
the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So this piece is called Elijah, Malachi 4, verses 5 and 6. On that great and dreadful day, you'll need someone to guide you. Before the coming of that day, I will send to you Elijah, to turn the fathers' hearts to the children and the children back to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. But I will send you Elijah first. Born in Georgia, under the slave name Elijah Poole, he dropped out of the 3rd grade in Jim Crow school. Heartbroken over his people being treated so cruel, he studied under Marcus Garvey because he was no fool. When the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey passed away, Elijah Poole continued to pray for the guidance to raise the mental slave with a word and a grip from his shallow grave. July 4th, 1930, Independence Day, the intervention of Allah God came into play. Master Fard Muhammad, with that master lion's paw grip, raised Elijah and with the words of God loaded his lips to speak the naked truth to the well-dressed lie, to fulfill the last 2 verses of the book of Malachi. He changed the pool to Muhammad, meaning worthy of praise, the guidance God promised for the great and dreadful days. With 3 years of grooming from this divinely wise man, Elijah Muhammad raised Malcolm X and Minister Farrakhan. Be patient with me, he said. Black man, and don't linger. I'll make you so smart, you'll wrap the oppressor around your little pinky finger. He turned pimps into providers, prostitutes into housewives, criminals into entrepreneurs. He changed black people's lives. He's the father of Black consciousness, made us proud to be Black, showed us our godlike greatness, self-esteem we no longer lack. He taught James Brown to move the crowd with, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. He taught Muhammad Ali to seize the day and abandon the slave named Cassius Clay. He made us proud to refer to ourselves as Black. To be Black no longer meant lazy or slack. Now in this great and dreadful day, when you need someone to guide you, 1930 Independence Day, God intervened to send Elijah.
Yes.
Happy Savior's Day. See the more? All right, well then, we will do another iconic figure in Black history. You know, we hear about Dr. King a lot during Black History Month and during January, the month of his birth. But most people, when they talk about Dr. King, it's all about a dream. They've reduced him to a dream, to that snippet, I have a dream. But that was in the earlier part of his life. His consciousness was raised in his last 2 years on the planet. He had met with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he went from dreaming to scheming. He started talking economics and the unity of the black Muslim and the black Christian so scared J. Edgar Hoover that he had to get rid of Malcolm and King for fear that they might come together, because he said black unity is the biggest threat to America, and that was the foundation of the FBI and the COINTELPRO. So this piece dedicated to Dr. King is called More Than a Dream. They want to reduce the Reverend Dr. King to such an unconscious, non-threatening thing that most humans being only do while sleeping. He was slain on his awakening, and still after his sacrifice, it seems most refuse to open their eyes and realize he's more than just a dream. Make no mistake, meeting the Honorable Elijah Muhammad rendered King wide awake. So for God's sake, let's not be fake. When we know, my friend, he did ascend to the mountaintop, let's not pretend that he didn't see the promised land, that he didn't see the hidden hand pulling the strings of the trigger man to execute COINTELPRO's plan to reduce him to a dream. Now wake up, everybody. Don't just integrate the bed. When King awoke from the American dream, please process what he said. All our rights here and now. To get them, this is how. Withhold your cash, the joke is done. Manipulate commerce, target your funds. The wide-awake king learned the scheme, while the sleeping king but had a dream. The insincere and fearful don't like the scheme, because he's more than just a dream. Okay, if y'all want me to keep it going, I'll close it out with this one. This is a personal piece from my journey on the planet. Okay, this piece is called My Name Is Not Corey, and this is around prison reform. They like to do us when we come home from prison. So it goes a little something like this. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy. God, none of them can stop the time. From the ashes of self-destruction like the phoenix I rise. From the abyss of the prison industrial complex and take to the skies. To soar like an eagle, never again to be cut down. Never will I ride on their recidivism merry-go-round. I never believed in serving time, so I made time serve me. Got most of my credits from my undergrad degree in the belly of the beast for free. So whether in minimum, medium, or maximum security, I maxed out every moment productively. Of every unjust day of my very unjust day, that's why by the grace of God I'm such a powerhouse today. And their pens can't define me. Old rap sheets can't confine me. I'm the author of this story, and my name is not Corey. Now, they hate to see ex-cons rise and shine like stars. When we come home, they still want to imprison us, but this time without bars. And for those of us silly enough to beg them for a job, they'd rather see us pimp more hoes, sell more drugs, and continue to rob. But thanks to the prison minister introducing me to Farrakhan and the nation, it's been 30 years and I've never been back to their constitutional slave plantation. Accept your own, be yourself, and you too may come to know that an ex-pimp has the same skill sets as a founding CEO. Now, DOC runs MCI, but I'll be damned if the NOI hadn't transformed it into Muhammad's course in Islam. So I traded my pimp boots for bow ties and suits so I could be an FOI, fruit of Islam. Yes, a fruit. Suited and booted and Farrakhan recruited. No more white powder up my nose that got me wavy when I tooted. No more playing the fool, I'm playing by God's rules. Treating sisters as queens, no longer garden tools. The kind you wife, bring in new life, oasis of peace in a desert of strife. No longer clever to pimp her, no, never. Through her love, I will live forever. As we raise a legacy through our progeny, sister, baby, let's make man in the image of we. It's appropriate to procreate and co-create, manifesting the great. As I rise to the heights and learn to be G-O-D, no more P-I-M-P. And their pens can't define me. Old rap sheets could never confine me. I'm the author of my story, and my name is not Corey. My name is not Corey. I'm Taqwa the Edutainer. That's my time. Thank you very much.